You've been lied to. They told you that good couples never fight. That the perfect relationship is conflict-free, smooth sailing. But what if I told you that's the biggest myth of all? That the secret to lasting love isn't avoiding fights, but learning how to fight well. Stay with us to the end to discover why conflict might just be the best thing that ever happened to your relationship.
Welcome back to the 8-Date Challenge. Can love really survive? We are going on 8 dates, supported by 8 pillars and emerging with one solid relationship. This is date 1, where we dive deep into love, happiness, and yes, even fighting. Many people believe that perfect couples never fight. But here's the truth. Avoiding conflict isn't a sign of harmony. It's a recipe for disaster. We're here to break cycles, build lasting love, and uncover the truth about happiness, trust, and commitment. Today's date: communication and conflict resolution. The truth about fighting and why it's good for love.
Before we dive in, let's set the scene for your first date. Date 1. Communication and conflict resolution isn't about starting a fight. It's about preparing for when they inevitably happen. So, here's what you do. Choose a quiet, private spot. Anywhere you can talk openly. It could be a cozy corner at home, your favorite quiet restaurant, a picnic at the park, or even your back garden. Take turns planning. If your partner picked the first date spot, you pick the next one. It's all about balance. Date 1 activity. Talk before trouble. This date is about discussing potential conflicts before they arise. Because the best time to prepare for battle is before the enemy strikes. And as the Igbo proverb teaches, the simple nodding of heads or a knowing glance settles a pre-discussed matter. Discussion topics. Now let's dive deeper into some common areas where differences often pop up. Remember, the goal here is not to settle every issue today, but to understand where you both stand and how to handle conflicts when they arise. Research from the Gottman Institute shows that couples who avoid conflict are actually more likely to drift apart over time. When handled with care, conflict becomes a bridge, a way to understand your partner or spouse better. Couples who engage in healthy disagreements often report higher satisfaction and greater intimacy. Let's embark on an exciting journey into captivating conversation starters for your first date.
Here's what to talk about on your conflict date. Punctuality. Are you always early while your partner is fashionably late? Discuss how important punctuality is to each of you and how to compromise when timing becomes a friction point.
Spirituality. Faith shapes our values. Whether you share the same beliefs or come from different backgrounds, talk about how spirituality influences your relationship. 2 Corinthians 6:14 says, "Do not be unequally yoked." Understand how your spiritual journeys align or don't, and how to navigate those differences.
Neatness and organization. Is one of you a neat freak while the other's more relaxed? Looking at you, sock on the floor people. Discuss what tidy means to you and whether you're okay with each other's habits.
Finances. Money is one of the top causes of conflict. Are you a spender while your partner's a saver? Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages, emphasizes the importance of addressing the use of gifts and money to express love. For some, these can be deal breakers. Understanding each other's financial habits can prevent unnecessary tension.
Preferred sexual frequency and quirks. Yes, we are going there, ladies. Sexual compatibility is key. How often do you expect intimacy? Are there things you enjoy that your partner might not know about? Open, respectful conversations here can prevent misunderstandings.
Roles and responsibilities. Who handles what in your relationship? From chores to big decisions, clarity avoids resentment. David Lotz, author of Conflict Management in Congregations, shows how defined roles create harmony.
Parenting and family dynamics. Do you want children? What about step parenting or blending families? Even if children aren't in the picture, in-laws and family dynamics can cause friction. Talk about how much involvement from family feels right.
Career and life goals. How do your career paths align? Are you okay with moving for a job? Hartwig, author of Teams That Thrive, stresses that shared vision and mutual support are foundational in any partnership.
Cultural and ethnic differences. If you come from different cultural backgrounds, how does that affect your relationship?
The Ubuntu philosophy teaches, I am because we are. Recognizing and respecting each other's cultural roots deepens your connection.
Other areas for discussion should include topics like, how do you handle stress? How social do you like to be?
Small things can snowball into bigger issues if left unaddressed.
Let's be honest, life is messy. But do you know what's even messier? Love. And that's not just some catchy phrase, it's a truth backed by science, wisdom, and real-life experiences. The messiness isn't something to avoid, it's something to embrace.
Have you ever wondered, why is love messy? But if it's love, it shouldn't hurt. But what if those are also myths and misconceptions about love? According to the Gottman Institute, 69% of relationship conflicts are perpetual. That means most disagreements, whether it's about money, chores, or in-laws, don't magically disappear. But here's the twist, that's completely normal. The goal isn't to avoid these messes, but to manage them with love and understanding if it is safe to do so. As Brené Brown says, vulnerability is the birthplace of connection. Being open, honest, and even messy is how we build deeper bonds.
The Bible doesn't shy away from conflict or the challenges of love. In verse 26 of Ephesians chapter 4, it states, "Be angry, but do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger." This verse isn't about avoiding anger, but addressing conflict constructively and not letting it fester. 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4 to 7 says, "Love is patient, love is kind, it keeps no record of wrongs." But let's be real, that's not always easy. Love requires forgiveness, patience, and endurance, because relationships are full of imperfections. And that's okay. The beauty of love isn't in its perfection, but in how we navigate its imperfections together.
African wisdom embraces this idea of messiness as a part of life. The Ubuntu philosophy teaches us that I am because we are. Life and relationships are interconnected, and through challenges, be they disagreements or misunderstandings, we find unity and growth. As the Igbo proverb goes, a simple nod settles a matter that has already been discussed. No further discussion is required. When we embrace open communication, even the messiest conflicts become manageable, often resolved with just a knowing glance.
Now here's the myth. Love should be smooth and effortless. If you are fighting, something must be wrong, right? Wrong. Media often paints this picture of perfect relationships where everything just clicks. But in reality, love is full of bumps, surprises, and yes, messiness.
But here's something cool. Did you know you have a conflict style? That's right. We all approach disagreements differently. Some of us confront issues head-on, while others might avoid conflict altogether. Want to discover your unique conflict personality style? We've got a few exciting conflict inventory tools to help you and your partner or spouse understand how you handle conflict and how to navigate those differences together. You choose and adapt these tools to your needs. See the description box for access links. We would love to hear your insights in the comments. Your feedback means so much to us. Recognizing and understanding your style is transformative. It reveals the reasons behind conflicts and guides your approach to resolving them. You can choose and adapt these tools to your needs.
Thomas Kilmann Conflict Mode Instrument, TKI. This classic tool identifies 5 conflict styles: competing, collaborating, compromising, avoiding, and accommodating. It's great for understanding how assertive or cooperative you are during conflicts. The Conflict Styles Assessment Tool, CSA, developed by the United States Institute of Peace, is a free, easy-to-use tool that helps explore your default conflict responses, especially useful for couples and educators alike. The Intercultural Conflict Style Inventory, ICS, is particularly helpful if you and your partner come from different cultural backgrounds. This tool helps you understand how those differences shape your conflict approaches. The Conflict Management Styles Quiz, CMSQ, was developed by MTD Training as a quick, fun quiz to see where you fall on the conflict spectrum. Perfect for a light-hearted, insightful activity with your partner or spouse. Discover your conflict management style. Alban Institute, 1997. This tool, created by Speed Lees, helps you explore 6 distinct conflict styles: persuading, compelling, avoiding, collaborating, negotiating, and supporting. It's especially valuable if you want a structured, detailed understanding of how you manage conflict.
Now let's take it a step further. Conflict isn't just about identifying your style. It's about transforming those moments of tension into opportunities for deeper connection. In her book, From Contention to Collaboration, Norma Cook Everest shares a powerful insight. Conflict isn't something to fear, it's a gateway to more authentic relationships. When we face disagreements head-on, we move from mere contention to real collaboration. Imagine this. Every time you and your partner argue, you're actually getting a chance to understand each other better. It's like turning tension into teamwork.
David B. Lott, author of Conflict Management in Congregations, breaks conflict down into 3 key areas: understanding the dynamics, practical management techniques, and context-specific strategies. And while his focus is on congregations, the principles apply to any relationship. Think of conflict like this. First, recognize the dynamics. What's really going on beneath the surface? Then, use practical techniques to manage the disagreement. Finally, adjust your approach depending on the context, because not every argument needs the same solution.
Here's the truth. Life is messy and love is messier, but that's what makes it beautiful. The mess isn't necessarily a sign that something's broken. It might just be a sign that you're growing, learning, and building something real.
So the next time you and your partner or spouse hit a rough patch, remember, you're not necessarily failing. You might just be navigating the beautiful, messy journey of love. And every challenge, every disagreement is an opportunity to understand each other better, to connect deeper, and to grow stronger.
So, how can we fight better? Here are some practical steps. One, listen actively. Hear your partner or spouse without planning your next rebuttal. 2, stay calm. Keep your tone respectful and your emotions in check. 3, focus on solutions. Don't just vent. Work together to find answers. And remember, it's not you versus your partner or spouse. It's both of you versus the problem. Now that we've embraced the mess, let's dive into date 1, where you'll explore your differences, laugh through the awkward moments, and lay the foundation for a love that thrives, not in spite of the mess, but because of it. Remember, life is messy, love is messier, but that's what makes it worth it. Conflict isn't the enemy of love. It's a powerful tool to build trust, intimacy, and understanding. In date 1, you have the tools and conflict insights, providing a rich, comprehensive guide for couples to deepen their understanding of conflict and strengthen their relationships. Stay tuned for date 2, where we dive into money and love. because finances can make or break your relationship. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, watch our previous videos now displaying on your screen. See you on date 2, finances and shared goals.